South Jamaica, baby, they made me to be the greatest. Serving the deed of my creators. Fresh off of my high haters. It's the king again. Magda when chauffeured, bragging and boasting.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Dollars. Welcome back to the channel. It's another day, another dollar video. And today I'm checking out Houdini and the Curse of Canada. Now, this is reminding me a little bit of the Trap Geek video. It was called Houdini and the City of Fallen Rappers. So I'm interested to see if this is going to have any other information that we don't already know. But I probably doubt it. I don't know what else he could say that's different than what Trap Geek said. But we still going to check it out because a lot of y'all was asking me to check this one out. So, you know, I'm your boy. I got y'all. We going to hop in this joint. We going to check it out. It's a nice shot right here, too. I'm assuming over here is Niagara Falls. Somewhere around here, Niagara Falls. I might be mistaken. No, I think that is. I've been to Niagara Falls, so I got close enough to see the CN Tower, which is pretty dope, man. Anyway, let's hop in this joint. Let's check it out. If y'all new to the channel, hit the like button, drop a comment, subscribe. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Let's get it.
Even though Canada doesn't have the same reputation for violence as the US, it still has its fair share of dangerous hoods and deadly rap beats.
Doesn't have the same reputation for violence. Maybe other parts of Canada, but from everything I've learned about Toronto, they definitely got the same reputation. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Houdini, one of the most promising rising rappers from the 6, was
Rest
tragically
in
gunned
peace.
down in Toronto's entertainment district in May 2020 due to a violent gang feud with another hood in the city. Let's take a closer look at the story of Houdini and the Curse of Canada. Houdini was a rapper from Toronto, best known for tracks like Late Nights and Backseat. At the time of his death, he was on his way to becoming one of the biggest stars in Canada, besides major names like Drake and The Weeknd. But tragically, just as he was starting to blow up on the international level, he would be gunned down at just 21 years old while out shopping. Houdini grew up in the Jane Driftwood neighborhood near the block of Jane and Fitch, one of the most dangerous areas in Toronto. He started rapping under the name Da Houdini in 2016, but then shortened it to just Houdini in 2018. He was known to collaborate with fellow Toronto rappers Pressa, Robin Banks, and Northside Benji. Together, he and Robin Banks founded Up Top Movement Inc., an independent record label showcasing up-and-coming artists in the city. He dropped the single Late Nights, featuring fellow Up Top Movement artist Burner Bands on May 8, 2018, which quickly racked up millions of views within its first month of being released. He also dropped a collaborative mixtape with other artists on Uptown Movement called Northside Jane that featured popular artists like One of Mines and No Flavors, which have also—
Yo, bro, why does he talk like somebody got a gun on him? Like, bro, slow it down, man. Catch your breath. This dude's talking at a rapid pace right now.
racked up millions of views. He dropped his debut mixtape, Who Am I, in February 2019, which peaked at number 27 on the Canadian independent music charts and was certified gold on April 7, 2020. Later that month, he recorded an acoustic version of one of his most popular tracks, Myself, with ukulele player and producer Einer Banks, which helped expose him to audiences in the US. He dropped his second mixtape, Who Would Have Thought, on August 2, 2019, which featured the singles Freak, Kenzo.
A lot of y'all been asking me to react to that one too. So, yeah, I might do that on the Twitch, man. I got to do that one. Smoke Dog. I don't know if there's any other ones, but moving forward, Twitch will be where we do the album reactions, mixtapes, etc.
Belmont Boys, and Ain't No Cap. So, Houdini was well on his way to becoming a major star and was one of the top streaming artists in all of Canada. In March 2020, he would drop a 5-song EP called Underground, which featured the singles Big Time and Fantastic. But unfortunately, that EP would be the last project Houdini would release while he was still alive. On May 26, 2020, the rapper was shot and killed while out shopping in downtown Toronto.
The 21-year-old musician, also known as Houdini, was shot and killed at King and Blue Jays Way Tuesday afternoon.
Houdini was walking down the street with 2 friends and a 15-year-old boy when a blue Volkswagen Tiguan pulled a U-turn as they were crossing the street. Surveillance footage later revealed that the car had been parked on the east side of Blue Jays Way, waiting for Houdini to walk by. As Houdini and his group walked closer, the car moved towards him, and a lone shooter hopped out of the car and started letting off shots. His 2 associates started firing back, using a handgun with a high-capacity magazine, while the 15-year-old who was with them ducked into a nearby building. Houdini was killed in the shooting, and the 15-year-old also sustained injuries. A 27-year-old woman who just happened to be standing in the doorway of her condo was also hit, but non-fatally injured. Police believe that the vehicle—
I'm failing to see what's the purpose of this video. Trap Geek already told us all this, buddy. Like, you're not telling us stuff that we don't know. It's like a broken record.
The vehicle was parked for about almost 40 minutes before the attack, while the shooter waited for Houdini to walk by. Even though Houdini didn't have much of a criminal record and seemed to be more focused on his music career than on the beef, he still grew up in a rough part of Toronto and was caught up in the street life. Houdini was from the Jane and Finch neighborhood, also known as Driftwood. Many popular rappers, including Houdini, are from the Driftwood neighborhood, and so they have a lot of influence in the city. But but they also have ties to a notorious Crip set that has beef with a bunch of other hoods. When the drill wave came to Toronto, these beefs got even more serious as rappers from each hood would diss each other in their music, which only led to more violence and killings. One particularly wild incident involved another popular rapper from Driftwood who goes by the name Pressa. According to police reports, 2 teens who tried to crash a party being hosted by a rival gang were kidnapped, beaten up, forced to play Russian roulette, and sexually assaulted over the course of—
Yeah, we heard about that one. I don't think we needed to hear about that one again.
2 days. The 2 victims were members of the Queens Drag Crips and allegedly tried to crash a party being held by their ops, the Young Buck Killers, at an Airbnb. There was a tense standoff and then a shootout where 1 person sustained minor injuries. The following day, 2 17-year-old members of the Crip gang were kidnapped by members of the Young Buck Killers and tortured for the next 48 hours. They were tied to a chair and beaten and forced to play Russian roulette with a loaded handgun. What's even crazier is that they were allegedly forced to perform sexual acts on each other against their will, and it was 2 dudes who were—
This guy repeated it twice. I just said we didn't need to hear about this again, and he definitely repeated it twice, bro. This guy, man.
kidnapped. The teens were released to their parents after their parents agreed to pay a ransom. The Young Buck Killers are from the up top section of Jane and Finch, and originally Pressa was involved in the case. But he was cleared of the charges after another rapper who goes by the name Ransky Gleachy was convicted of the kidnapping and sentenced to 6 years in prison. So it's not hard to see why other areas in Toronto have beef with Driftwood. Not long after that, another popular rapper from Driftwood, Robin Banks, was shot 9 times at a nightclub in Woodbridge. Robin Banks was one of the founders of Up Top Movement and was known for helping other rappers in the city promote themselves.
Oh shit, the battery ting makes another camo.
Popular rapper from Driftwood, Robin Banks, was shot 9 times at a nightclub in Woodbridge. Robin Banks was one of the founders of Up Top Movement and was known for helping other rappers in the city promote themselves and develop their careers. He and other rappers on the label started to build a major buzz in the city and even caught the attention of mainstream artists like Meek Mill. Meek played the rapper's video on his Instagram and was even discussing signing to his Dream Chasers label.
Bro, this guy literally watched Trap Geek's video. He's like, yo, I'm gonna do the same exact video. Literally. For those of you asking me to react to this, it's like, yo, bro, you might as well just go see my Houdini in the City of Fallen Rappers reaction. I don't see nothing. Yo, he ain't do nothing different, bro. It's like the same order, too. Holy shit. Yo, this YouTube shit, bro. Damn, my nigga. Like, even with the reactions, bro, niggas gonna copy everything, every type of shit. Yo, bro. I need to find something different, man, because this shit crazy. It's getting out of hand, bro.
To celebrate, Banks decided to throw a party at a hookah lounge called Cameo, but announcing the party gave his ops a drop, and they showed up to confront him. The fight resulted in a shooting where Banks was hit 9 times. Miraculously, he survived, but suffered injuries to his back, neck, chest, shoulder, wrist, and spinal cord.
Damn.
1 bullet even grazed his skull. Although he survived, he's now a paraplegic and is paralyzed from the neck down. 2 men were later arrested for the crime, a 29-year-old named Nicholas Roden and a 22-year-old named Rashawn Anderson. Roden was given a 16-year sentence, and Anderson was given a life sentence. Robin Banks has not let the shooting stop his hustle, and he's continued to release tracks and promote other local artists in Toronto, but his ops have used his disabilities to create memes and take shots at him on social media. So, the incident only escalated the violence between Driftwood and their enemies. The following summer, Driftwood would get into beef with another hood that would only make the violence worse, after another popular rapper named Smoke Dogg was killed by a dude from Driftwood.
Shots rang out on this busy block of Queen Street West just before 8 yesterday. A triple shooting that left 2 people dead, and police have just identified the 2 victims, 28-year-old Ernest Modekwe and 21-year-old Javante Smart, who we told you about earlier in the show. He was a hip-hop artist better known as Smoke Dogg.
Smoke Dogg was a rapper from the Regent Park area of Toronto who was also building a major name for himself in the city and had even started to cross over into the US. The rapper blew up in 2015 with the track Trap House, which was later remixed by French Montana and featured a viral dance move called Flippin'. Smoke Dogg had also attracted the attention of Drake, who decided to bring him on his headline tour. So, the rapper was already doing big things and seemed like he was going to become the next major rapper from Toronto to blow up on a mainstream level. But just as he was beginning to reach his potential, he was gunned down by a dude from Driftwood who went by the name
Yo, son, the way this guy talks is fucking triggering me right now.
21 Neat. On the night of June 30th, Smoke Dogg and 21 Neat got into a heated argument at a club and they went outside. There, 21 Neat ended up shooting Smoke Dogg and his manager Ernest Modekwe in broad daylight outside the Cube nightclub in Toronto's entertainment district. This created an immediate beef between Regent Park and Driftwood, who were never cool with each other, but previously didn't have any major issues between them. Smoke Dogg's death was pretty gruesome, and he was by far the most famous rapper from the area at the time. So it was a major loss for Regent Park, and they decided that they had to get revenge. After Smoke Dogg's murder, 21 Neat went on the run, and it took police a long time to find him. They eventually located him in Vancouver in 2019 and had him extradited back to Toronto to face murder charges. 21 Neat and his brother 22 Neat grew up on the same block as many of the popular Driftwood rappers, including Robin Banks and Pressa. But the beef got even more complicated after it became known that 22 Neat, the brother of Smoke Dogg's killer, murdered his own friend, who they also grew up with in Driftwood, a rapper named YS.
John Wick.
YS had just gotten out of jail and was starting to build a buzz as a rapper when he turned up dead in South Surrey, a city near Vancouver.
Son, John Wick would have been having some motherfucking bangers right now. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. If he was still around, bro, I don't know, man. He give me them Toronto ODB vibes. Old Dirty Bastard vibes. Just his whole style, the way he looked. Yeah, he definitely would have gave us some shit, bro.
A rumor began circulating that 22 Neat was responsible for his own friend's death after they had a falling out over money. It didn't take long for the streets to get revenge, and 22 Neat would be murdered just a few days later in Calgary.
That happens all the time,
So not only was
sadly.
Driftwood beefing with other rival gangs, they were also dealing with internal conflicts and their own homies turning against each other. The next rapper from Driftwood to lose his life to gun violence went by the name 4400, or just Talib Twin.
Noseworthy was one of 3 men who died on Friday night. The other 2, 20-year-old Joshua Gibson Skier and 21-year-old Jalen Colley.
Originally, the Talib Twins was a group he started with his twin brother. But after the brother got locked up, he started going by just Talib Twin to benefit from the buzz they'd already built. In February 2020, Talib Twin went to a party that was being hosted at an Airbnb on Queens Wharf Road. His ops got the intel that he would be at the party and showed up looking for smoke. They ended up letting off shots, but Talib Twin was also strapped and started firing back. He managed to take out both of his attackers just before he passed away from his own injuries. But there's some confusion as to how he was actually killed.
He took 2 of them with him, though. Like in Call of Duty, when you kill 2 enemies, but they kill you, but you get that kill regardless.
His ops got the intel that he would be at the party and showed up looking for smoke. They ended up letting off shots, but Talib Twin was also strapped and started firing back. He managed to take out both of his attackers just before he passed away from his own injuries. But there's some confusion as to how he was actually killed. The police say that he went into a different room to take his own life after the shooting, maybe because he was afraid he'd be arrested for the murder. Others say that he tripped and accidentally shot himself. So it's hard to tell what exactly happened, but it's only intensified the war in the streets of Toronto between Driftwood and their ops. Then, in May of that year, Houdini would be gunned down in broad daylight. Because Driftwood has so many talented artists who were also caught up in the street life, it became a trend for their enemies to target the rappers. Houdini was probably the most well-known rapper from that neighborhood at the time, so he was a major target for their ops. That's why the killers were willing to sit and wait patiently for over 40 minutes for Houdini to walk in their direction. But the thing about Driftwood is that they have so many different beefs, it's hard to tell exactly who's responsible. To make matters,
Yo, bro, this video was completely motherfucking useless, bro. Literally a knockoff of Trap Geek's video. You feel me? Like, nothing different at all. He literally took this guy's blueprint and covered the same topics. He just talked about it in his own way. Oh my God, this shit. I don't get it, man. Yo, I ain't really got nothing to say, man. Go watch my Trap Geek reaction, bro. I already said everything I had to say about this whole situation. This is a complete knockoff, man, if you ask me. All right, it's your boy Dollars. I'm a holler. You know the vibes. I'm out of here.